Good morning, happy Saturday. You already know what that means. I'm headed to the gym. Welcome to another vlog. Also, I didn't vlog anything last night. I got home, I started cleaning for some reason, so you know, it's semi-clean in here. And then I sat down and watched Air on Amazon Prime. Oh, if you're new here, I'm Angela. Welcome. If you like what you see, stick around. I mostly do vlogs once a week, but we're going to be incorporating some new videos. That's where y'all are gonna come in. If you follow me on TikTok, if you don't, start following me on TikTok. If you're following me on TikTok, I'm going to do some sort of like story poll where I ask y'all what's some long form content that you want to see from me. We're thinking podcasting. YouTube has a new podcast feature, so that's happening. So besides that, as it relates to like personal style and stuff like that, what are some longer form videos that y'all want to see from me? And then I'll figure out how that works for the type of content that I like to create, which is lived experience type of content, right? We'll talk about that more because I'm about to start rambling. And I know I always say in my videos, we'll talk about that more and we'll never talk about it more. But I'm going to sit down and we're going to chit chat about a few, dang it, that was my AirPods. We're going to chat about a few things this week. Anyway, I wanted to show y'all because last week I promised that I'll show y'all the workout top that I was talking about, even though it's sold out. Like, I did a TikTok and I uploaded it to my shorts, and apparently it's sold out in both colors. But this is the top. Let me raise this up a little bit. This is the top. It's from H&M and it's from their Move line. Okay, stomach is getting back to where we want it to be. Praise God. Anyway, it's from their sportswear section, and their sportswear line, they have one that's called Move, so it's from the Move line. These pants are also from that same line, and I've had these for a little over a year, and they still have their shape. You know, they don't roll down. Today is a leg day, so I like to wear them when I'm doing legs because they stay in place. I don't have no issue. But this is the shirt. It's just like a t-shirt, but it's sweat wicking. It's that sweat wicking material, so it catches the sweat really well. The sleeves are like the perfect length. This is my actual size. It's a medium, so I don't have any trouble with it like rolling up. The neck is high. I just like the way it looks because it looks like I have on an outfit. I don't look like I'm going to the gym. And I like that. So I bought like 5 of these. And I was like, let me just go back and buy 5 more. They're sold out. And even the people in my Instagram stories, I mean, not Instagram, TikTok was like, it's sold out, sis. They're sold out. So they do come back in stock. They do come back in stock because I've bought these a few times. So I'm actually going to get a few more and just like have a wardrobe full of them, like enough to do like 2 weeks worth of workouts. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because they're super cheap. They're usually like maybe $14.99 or something like that. So really super inexpensive, and they wear well, they catch the sweat well, or perform well, I should say, like during a workout, and I just love them. I don't usually do, let me hurry up, it's time for me to go. I don't usually do like workout clothes recommendations and stuff like that because I'm not, listen, I'm not really bougie about the clothes that I work out yet. As long as they perform well, I end up getting rid of them after a couple years anyway, because I don't care how many tips and tricks and tips. Once they start stinking, I gotta get rid of them. You know, so I don't usually spend a lot of money on workout clothes and stuff like that. But these are legit. Anyway, I have to go, and I'll talk to y'all later. I'm in Target after my workout per the usual, but I'm in here because I need something for my scalp. Like, my psoriasis is, I've been having a bad like flare up. Like, it's just been constant for a long time, even before I put braids in my hair. So like, even when I was just wearing a slick back and a pony, or if I'm, you know, wearing my clipping and stuff, my scalp has just been having a bad time. So I'm looking for something that's like a scalp wash for protective styles. I found this one by Cantu, but y'all know how we feel about Cantu products. I just am not a fan. So I'm looking for something else. I can't find anything. I might have to buy this and try it because I'm desperate. I'm wondering if I should try this. The issue is my scalp is really, really dry. So I'm thinking I could try this just to rehydrate my scalp every day, because oil is not the best for my scalp either. I mean, even though this is castor oil water, but my scalp needs water. So maybe I should try this and see how it works. I don't know. I'll grab that too. So I went ahead and got the As I Am Jamaican black castor oil spray, just because I also don't want anything that I have to like rinse out of my head, because I just don't like washing my braids. I don't know, even though it air dries, I just feel like it leaves room for like mildew under the braids, and I have like real skinny braids. I'm just not trying to unbraid my hair when it's time to take it down, and it's little clumps of dry mildew. So I'm gonna try that and see how that works for me. I also stopped for coffee. I forgot to mention that. I for sure stopped for coffee. And then I need to get more Drano, because what I used last week, it did not freaking work. If this doesn't work this time, then they're gonna have to, I bought this one last time and it did not work. So I'm gonna get this one. If it doesn't work this time, I'm gonna have to put in a maintenance request, because ain't nobody got time for that. Anyway, that's all I need in Target. Let me get the heck out of here. I'm home and I'm happy to report that the Drano appears to be working this time. The water drained right out of the tub. Anyway, I'm going to try this As I Am stuff. Also, I picked up this Murray's Edge Wax. This is what I use. I like it because it's not like, it doesn't leave my edges cakey. Now, I don't know how good it works, because I was just complaining on TikTok about how I cannot get my edges to lay down like the girls do, and they was telling me I need to use mousse and then the edge control and then the hairspray. I'm like, girl, I'm not doing all that. All I want is for my edges to not look like this. I mean, I just got done working out, so that's expected, but I just don't want it to look like that as soon as I like step out the house on my way to work. Oh, it's off. Is all I'm saying, girl. I'm not doing all that for no edges. I don't care about edges like that. But as I was saying in Target, I've been having just a hard time with my scalp in general. Even before my braids, I have scalp psoriasis. I've said this before, which is why my hair is extremely thin, because I had a really bad breakout when I was super young, like in 5th grade, and it took, my mom sat and scratched all of it up off my head, which is why I be so afraid to scratch it. And it took all of the hair out of the middle of my head, and it grew back, but like super fine and super thin. And so I've literally had a bald spot since I was in the 5th grade, and I've just been camouflaging it with like how I wear my hair. Oh, that feels so good. Anyway, my scalp has been super flaky and dry and all of that stuff lately. And you know, I'll use like different greases and oils on it, but like, to be honest, it's not the best for your scalp because it clogs your pores. My scalp be needing water. It be needing real moisture. Damn, is this camera about to die? Girl, hold on. Okay, quick battery switch and we back just like that. My scalp already feels better just being wet. So I mentioned in Target that I don't actually wash my braids, and I don't submerge my head in water or use shampoo and conditioner on my scalp when I have braids in my hair. I do wet a towel and like use some apple cider vinegar sometimes to like clean out my scalp. But I just don't be, girl, I don't want no mildew in my head. I just don't. So anyway, we'll see how this works. I'm trying to see because I'm like literally looking in the camera. I'm not even looking in a mirror. Look at that gray hair. I dyed my hair before I put these braids in. I should probably actually be leaving this down so it can dry, but I'm about to take a shower. I'll let it down after I get done with my shower. Also, look at that, y'all. I was like digging in my skin because I had a blackhead that was in there, and instead of being patient and letting it come out, I was in here and now I have marks, hyperpigmentation. So I'm trying to get that to clear back up. Okay, I'm about to take a shower and I'll talk to y'all in a minute. Good morning, happy Sunday. Out on my run per the usual. Finished up a mile. I'm just taking a stroll before I run my tail back home. I don't have a lot to do today because I don't have any laundry to do. I'm pretty good for the week as it relates to like workout clothes. I do need to get groceries and stuff like that, so of course we're going to do that. I literally haven't vlogged anything this weekend because I haven't really been doing anything. Yesterday I planned on like sitting down and vlogging and like talking and stuff, but I ended up having an almost 3-hour conversation. I've been doing that a lot lately, which is very out of character for me. I'm just not a big phone person, to be quite honest. I can text and send funny memes and all that stuff all day, But the older I'm getting, the less I am like a phone person, which is weird because I used to like be a person that's like, call me, let's just like talk. But I don't know, I'm growing out of that, but I forgot how much I enjoy it. So like those 2 conversations that I had in the last week that were both 3 hours plus, right, were like very good conversations. I'm looking down, I'm looking weird because they are building up stuff or taking stuff down for graduation. So it's like a lot of people out here working, and then there's a lot of officers like right in front of me, and literally they're all staring right now. Please don't do that. Anyway, so I'm on my walk. Oh, by the way, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers that are watching this. When y'all see this, it'll be after Mother's Day, but it's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day. If you're not new to me, then you know I lost my mom. Look, they doing a whole bunch of work back there. I lost my mom when I was 13. She was shot and killed. There's a story time on here somewhere. You know, we're gonna keep it high vibes, but it's been 25, it'll be 26 years, I think. This year, I don't know, I have to use my fingers. So I've lived twice since my mom passed away, and, you know, while it's still, you know, it never gets easy. You never get over it. You know, you just learn to live with it. For me, it's even more difficult, I feel, because when my mom passed away, like I said, I was 13, but like she had gone through a transition that I wasn't used to from my mom. And so it affected our relationship and how she mothered me. And this is my experience. Like, I'm just speaking from my experience, you know, even though I have siblings, like, you know, people have different experiences. Even, oh, hold on, my arm hurt. Okay, that ain't gonna work because now my hand in y'all face. You know, people have different experiences, even growing up in the same household, or people have different perceptions of a same experience. So that's just my experience, right? You know, her mothering changed a lot, and she passed away before, you know, I felt comfortable having conversations about how I felt, or, you know, she was able to turn it around, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So it's taken a lot, and it's still taking a lot for me to offer grace in that respect, to see other people's perspective on the situation, just a lot. But, you know, I'm blessed to have come beyond the point where I'm angry and I'm bitter and I'm holding grudges and stuff like that. And I'm able to see my mom for what she was, and that was a human. And I attribute a lot of that to just growing up and getting older and becoming an adult and experiencing shit and going through shit myself. Boy, life be lifing, right? And so, you know, we make decisions that we don't think we make. Like, we like to think that we're a certain type of way. We have this perception of ourselves. That saying of, like, you don't know what you would do until you're in the situation, for the most part, is true. I believe there are situations that I know for a Fendi fact how I would react to them. But, you know, sometimes you surprise yourself, right, in decisions that you make and stuff like that. So, you know, I've learned and am learning to offer her grace, and my sister's grace, and my aunt who took custody of us grace, and my brother's grace, and myself grace. Not perfect. I got so much work to do in that area, but yeah. So anyway, that's my Mother's Day spiel. Happy Mother's Day, and we'll do some more chit-chatting when I get home off of my run. Maybe this will just be a little chit-chat vlog, you know. Anyway, let me go before I lose my juice, baby, because that first mile I was a speed racer. Playing that game where I don't make a list when I come into Target, so I have to come in twice. I need toothpaste, which I did not remember to get yesterday. I also need toothbrush heads. I just use this Oral-B Click. I like it. I don't like super hard bristles. So these are like, for the most part, really like medium firmness and soft. Medium firmness to soft. So I use the Click, and then I just buy these replacements, and I think I have another week before I need to replace. I set alarms for replacing my toothbrush heads, for replacing my filter, replacing my contacts, anything that needs replacing, I have an alarm for it. So I need some of those, and I need some mouthwash. And I tried this stuff because of TikTok, but I don't like it. I'm gonna go back to they don't have it. Of course they don't have it. I like the mouthwash that is the match to the Colgate. I have a little bit of this mouthwash left, so I'll use that. And then I'll grab some of this from the Target by my job. Hopefully they have it. Okay, so I'm home from Target, but I'm not gonna get too comfortable. I'm just about to put this stuff up and then head out to Trader Joe's so I can just get my little errands out the way for the day and I can just chill at home. Anyway, y'all know the drill. I don't know why I show y'all this every week. Literally, the snacks are the same. Pistachios. I grabbed some Belvita cookies just because I be having a sweet tooth at the end of the day. Instead of taking like the whole pack though and eating all 4, I'm just gonna take like a couple in like a Ziploc bag because girl, we getting somewhere. We gotta listen. A couple packs of gum because I like to keep a pack in my work bag because sometimes I like to chew on it at work just to give myself something to do, and then a pack for my gym bag because I have to chew gum when I work out and when I'm on the run. And then of course the toothbrush heads and the toothbrush I showed y'all, and I'm keeping that bag. That's a good bag, you know. My tried and true Purdue chicken strips, just put those in there. My chopped salads from Target. I'm telling y'all, these Good and Gather chopped salads are so good. The dressing is really good. It's just really good. I'm starting to really like this Nashville hot one. It's not like real Nashville hot chicken. Let me just keep that 100. But like the fried pickles in here is so good mixed with whatever this dressing is. I like it. But my absolute favorite, and if you follow me on TikTok, you already know this, is the chopped Caesar. I love this. So I grabbed a couple of those. These are usually for dinner a couple nights a week. I just like these better than I like the Trader Joe's Caesar. Even though I do like the Trader Joe's Caesar, it has to be the organic one because the dressing in the organic one is so good. The regular one, not so much. The organic one, really good. So I grabbed a couple of those for dinner this week. My pickles. Why does it smell like it? Oh, it did. I'm tripping. Pickles, y'all know by now. I only got a couple packs. Jalapenos. And then I got a couple of these prosciutto wrapped mozzarella sticks. I love these things. So I just grabbed a couple of those as well. So those will be my snacky snacks for the week. I already had a bunch of pretzels because for whatever reason, everybody wants to sell just the party size. Like, can we get some regular size pretzels? So I didn't have to grab any of that. So I'm back from Trader Joe's. I got more of the same, like nothing exciting. I did get tired of my hyperfixation meal. So I got some different stuff for lunch that I want to show y'all. I'm so thirsty. Ooh, okay, anyway. I also had to stop in Walgreens because I was out of pre-workout. I showed y'all this plenty of times before, but this is the pre-workout I use. It doesn't give me jitters. It gives me just the right amount of energy. Randomly picked it up out of Walgreens one day because it was on sale, and I've been using it ever since. It's been like 2 years now. Really like it. It's usually on sale at Walgreens. Anyway, on to, let me see if I can lift y'all up so y'all can see my face, because are y'all in my sink? I don't have any dirty dishes, but you know, you can see me good enough. Anyway, so I got oh, first I'm gonna make myself a little cute little Angela style early dinner because I am going to, I think I'm gonna jump on live. I was contemplating whether I was gonna do my live today because it's Mother's Day, but I think I'm gonna jump on. Anyway, I got some steak, a New York strip, some of these potatoes. I'm gonna cheat. I was going to make some scalloped potatoes. I don't know, we'll see. I might cheat though because I don't think I feel like cutting and all of that. We'll see. I might make those later on this week. And then some broccoli. So I'm gonna do a cute little lunch, dinner, early dinner. Anyway, but that's not the exciting part. So I saw my homegirl Ashley, who is a trainer. She eats these off of Trader Joe's, from Trader Joe's, and they're just chicken thighs. They're fully cooked, but you know, of course you'll go through, and if you use the air fryer, you use the air fryer. I'll probably do them on the stove top because I think that's what she said is best. so I'll probably cook them on the stovetop. So I can get a couple lunches out of just one pack. And then I broccoli, and then like a side of some sort of like oh yeah, I forgot already. I got this Spanish rice, which I really like, from Trader Joe's or whatever. It only comes with like 2 bags in it, but I can get like a couple servings out of each bag. This is so good to me, and I know Spanish people are probably like, girl, please, but it tastes good to me. So this, and then some broccoli I'll probably eat for lunch this week, probably every day at this point. But I won't be doing no like meal prepping. I don't like leftover food, so I'll make it every night for the next day, because I do not like days old food from the refrigerator. It's disgusting. It tastes nasty. So it's not even noon, it's 11:37. Can y'all see that? It's 11:37, and I've literally done everything I need to do for today, like for the weekend essentially. So went on my run, got groceries, didn't need to do laundry. I was cleaning Friday and Saturday, and so everything is straightened up and in its place. The dishes are washed, the bathroom is clean. I'm just sitting here like, girl. And I'm also on the floor because I still have on my running clothes, and I don't want my sweaty booty on my couch, but the floor is fine. So I'm just on the floor, so I'm just chilling. I just got an email from Nordstrom that my order is ready to pick up. I bought a new pair of shoes that are not sneakers. If you don't follow me on TikTok, then you probably don't know, because I don't talk a lot about like style and stuff on this page, which I think I'm going to start back doing, because I was talking earlier in the vlog, I think, about, you know, wanting to bring more long form content to my YouTube channel. I at least want to post one more day during the week. So like my vlogs, and then one like what's the word that I'm looking for? One like not standard post, not featured post. One like dedicated post, I guess, to like something else, whether it be like personal style or the case may be. I'm also playing around with the idea of bringing my podcast back. Not playing around. I've already decided that I'm going to bring my podcast back, but it's going to be like a video podcast. So I'm going to essentially record myself with my camera recording the podcast, so I can have a video element to it. And YouTube has like a new podcast feature, so I may look into using that. My issue with the podcast is like trying to do a podcast every week, trying to maintain a TikTok, trying to upload on YouTube. Like it's just a lot, and I just don't want to over, you know, make stuff harder for myself than it has to be, and then feel like I have to do stuff and it becomes overwhelming. That's the word that I was looking for, and then I don't want to do it anymore because it's overwhelming. So yeah, but anyway, my shoes are ready to pick up. I ordered a pair of mules from Acne Studios, so I'm trying to rebuild my non-sneaker wardrobe. Y'all know I buy sneakers all the time, and I'm constantly adding sneakers to the list that I want. But like as far as like heels, flats and stuff like that, I don't need an expansive wardrobe, like an expansive amount of that. I can have like one of each silhouette that I really like. I'm more of like a silhouette person. I don't have to have a lot of those. Sneakers, I like to have variety just because I wear them the most, and I just, you know, I like them, right? And so they fit mostly into my personal style on like an everyday basis, so they get a lot of wear out of them. Heels and stuff, I don't wear them as much, but I do want a good, solid, quality, bomb, timeless, all of the adjectives, non-sneaker shoe wardrobe. And so I'm slowly like chipping away at the different styles that I have on my wish list. So for instance, I bought tabbies late last year. Tabbies have been on my wish list for a long time, and I just hadn't bought them. I went ahead and bought those, and then I also bought a new pair of loafers recently, and they're just GH Bass, but like GH Bass is like, it's like the quality is. So I bought a pair of loafers. So I have loafers, I have my tabbies. I love mules. Like mules are like one of my favorite silhouettes. So I bought like this chunky, like it has a little heel on it, but it's not like a big heel. It was a Topshop mule off of ASOS, and I waited and waited and waited because the mule was like $200, and I was like, $200 for a Topshop mule or whatever, but it's 100% leather and all of that. But I don't know. So anyway, I waited, but ended up getting them. So I have those and I love those. And I just need like a classy, like heeled mule. I have a pump. I have a 9 West pump that I've had for years, and you cannot pay me to get rid of that pump. I haven't seen a designer pump with the shape, the heel height, like as sexy on my feet. And I've tried on a few pair because I keep saying, oh, I need to replace them, but I'm like, why? This is genuine leather. It's 9 West, but y'all know 9 West used to be that girl back in the day. It is the perfect pump, and I'm like, I'm not getting rid of it. So like, I have my pump. I don't need more than one of those. I maybe need another color, so I may slide something in there. And also, I'm very partial to black shoes. That's another thing. Like, if the shoe come in black, I'm probably going to buy it in black. I'm just gonna keep it 100. And I know people are like, girl, but I mean, that's just what I like, so it is what it is, as it pertains to like heels and, you know, flats and sandals and stuff like that. So anyway, I needed like a good classy heeled pair of mules that I can dress up and dress down. And I've had this one by Acne Studios on my wish list forever, for at least like the last year. And anytime I do like a wish list video on TikTok, I literally have that shoe in there. I finally went ahead and bought them. I'm so excited. So this is the mule here. Again, it's just like a simple silhouette, like a semi-high heel. A lot of the mules that I was saying had like more of like a kitten heel, but I wanted an actual heel. So it has how tall is this heel? Let me just look and see. Let me look at the spec. Damn, they damn near sold out on their website. But I bought mine from Nordstrom because I be wanting my notes, baby. Listen, I love Nordstrom notes. 70 millimeters, whatever the hell that is in inches. Let me just Google real quick. Hold on. Girl, math is not my strong suit, okay? 70 millimeters to inches. Girl. Also, I think I'm gonna get this color back on my nails because I just love it. And also, I typically don't. Oh, so it's a little under 3 feet. It's a little 3 feet. Oh my God, it's a little under 3 inches. So, you know, a pretty standard heel. Anyway, let's go back to the shoe. But I was saying, caveat, I think I'm gonna get this color because I usually only get my toes done like once a month because I get gel on my toes and they last for the full month. And I'm gonna still have this pink, and also I just love this pink on my hands. So I think I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it again when I go next week. Anyway, so this is the heel, just a classic mule with like a pointy toe. I love a good pointy toe. Pointy toes look so good under jeans. That's another thing about a mule. Even though the foot is out in the back, I could take these at least through the fall real easy under a jean. With like a sock or like a stocking or something on. See, I like love the way that they look under her pants. I mean, I would want my pants just a little bit longer than that though, to be honest. But that's just the top look there. So it has it looks pointy from the side, but it has like a square toe. I love them. So anyway, I ordered them. I think they were a little over $600 after like tax and shipping, like $617 or something like that. And so Nordstrom just emailed me and told me they're ready to pick up, which I love Nordstrom. Like I said, it's probably my favorite luxury retailers, especially the storefront here in Chicago. I love the Michigan Avenue storefront. I will say this though, they are the slowest as it relates to shipping. Neiman's, Saks, even Bergdorf's, Bloomies, all of them, like whenever I've ordered things offline from them, 2 days, 3 tops. We're not even gonna talk about like Farfetch and Net-a-Porter. Sometimes you get in places like that, Essence, when they ain't having a sale. Essence having a sale, shipping is slow. But when they ain't having a sale, like you might F around and get your stuff like the next day. Nordstrom, slow, so slow. But them notes are worth it. Something else that I want, I have another Acne shoe on my wish list for this non-sneaker wardrobe that I'm going to get closer to the one. They never go on sale. I've seen them on sale one time and I didn't grab them when they went on sale. So the next time I see this boot on sale, I'm going to get it, because another silhouette that I really need in my boot wardrobe is like a Chelsea boot. But I don't want an actual Chelsea boot. I want something, you know, reminiscent, but like, you know, my style. So this logo ankle boot, I've shown this before as well on my TikTok. I really want this boot. I love this boot. It looks really good on her feet with a skirt. This is what it looks like. So it just is like, again, it looks pointy from the side, but it's more of like a square toe boot. I love that stitching up the front of it. They're just so cute. And they also have these at Nordstrom, and I have them on my wish list. So just like a standard like Chelsea boot, but with a little bit of a heel on it. I'm finding that I'm really into like a shorter like chunky heel, or either a stiletto, like, and nothing in between. So those are a couple things that are on my list that I thought I would share with y'all. I was scrolling through Instagram, like, I mean not Instagram, TikTok, and like sometimes it just gets so annoying. Like I get so sick of seeing like relationship content as it relates to like, you should be doing this and not doing that. Like I don't have an issue with like people making relationship content. I talk about relationships sometimes, mainly like on live and stuff like that, but I don't think that the approach to like relationship talk should be like, do this, not that. Like for me, that's where people lose me. So whenever I talk about like relationships or dating, my preferences and stuff like that, I always make sure it comes from a personal space, like experience. Like this is my experience, these are my preferences, this is my thought process. I don't expect or suggest that anybody adopt anything that I do, but this is what works for me, right? And so if you ask me a question, like let's use the Ebony K. Williams and Iyanla Vanzant like situation. If you ask me something specifically about my preferences, I'm going to answer it based on my preferences, right? And so initially I don't think that Ebony did anything wrong, right? First of all, I think Iyanla was like disingenuous with asking her that. She wanted to have a gotcha moment with Ebony, and because I felt like Iyanla knew that she wouldn't like Ebony's answer, so that would have been a way for her to like, you know, educate her or, you know, humble her or whatever the case may be, which people love doing that to Black women, right? Now the follow-up interviews and stuff like that, you know, when Ebony went on about the Black community, blah blah blah, like, you know, that could have been applied to anybody. It didn't have to be specifically like applied to Black men. And I get it, maybe that's all she dates. I'm a woman that only dates Black men by preference, by choice, right? And so if that's her only experience, then I understand that. But it did give very like, you know, all Black men, right? As opposed to, well, my experience with Black men has been this, like a very small subsection of like Black blue collar men, whatever the case may be. I personally feel that Ebony is entitled to date who she wants to date for whatever reason that she wants to date them. And I think people get so upset about stuff like that mainly because they're either in that category of like the people that she doesn't want to date, right? I.e. the Black men that are so up in arms about it, right? Because men that don't fall in the category, they, you know, they might shake their head at it, but they ain't got a whole bunch to say. You know, people that's really up in arms in it feel attacked by it in some way. Or you're a woman that dates a blue collar man or a man that drives a bus or whatever the case may be, or your daddy was one, right? Because in conversations that I was having on the internet, those are the people that I was getting a pushback. It's not an attack on you, right? It's not an attack on you, and it's not an attack on your experience. No experience is a monolith. So if your dad, for instance, was a bus driver and he provided y'all with an excellent upbringing, y'all traveled, you know, y'all had private education, all that type of stuff, nobody's refuting that, right? Ebony's preference for not wanting to date a bus driver because they don't make enough money, as it relates to how much money she makes, they don't, right? I don't care if they do make $30 an hour, right? They don't, as it relates to what she's bringing in, they don't make no money, right? But her saying that doesn't negate the fact that your father or your man or you provide a good living being a bus driver or a blue collar worker or whatever the case may be. I feel like people have to stop taking other people's preferences so like personally, like so it's not an attack on you, it's just her preference. And so don't you try to holler at her because you know that you're not her preference. But see, men don't think like that. Men will try to holler at anything and then get mad, anything, anybody, any whatever, right? They feel like they are entitled to whatever it is that they are attracted to. And I don't find that inherently bad, which is why I said men and not some men, right? Because I feel like women could sort of take you know, some lessons from that, right? Whereas like we're always taught in the instance of Ebony, like, you need to humble yourself, your standards need to be tempered, blah blah blah. Men don't temper their standards. They like what they like, they go after what they like, and if they get turned down, they're gonna go after the next girl. That's what they like. And I just feel like as women, we should date what we like, right? As long as you are equivalent to that thing, right? As long as you can provide the things for yourself and to somebody else that you're asking as a requirement, right? Like, you should be able to, like, if you want a man to look a certain way, dress a certain way, be a certain height, make a certain amount of money, that's your prerogative to want that. Like, and nobody should be able to say you need to lower your standards or you're gonna be single forever or whatever the case may be. I think Kimberly Nicole Foster sort of like wrapped up my thought process around the whole would you date a bus driver thing really well, in that, you know, I hate to say class, but it's the money. It's about, you know, the amount of money that you make and all of that type of stuff. That's a part of it. I won't, you know, I won't be like, oh, it's not about the money, because I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want a broke man. And I'm not saying bus drivers are broke, but in general, I don't want nobody that's broke, right? I'm gonna be 100 with you, right? And broke is relative or subjective to you and how much you make and, you know, how much you need to survive. But I done just showed y'all a $600 pair of shoes. You can't be broke, right? You know, for many reasons. Not that I need you to buy me $600 shoes, but I don't need $600 shoes to be a shock value for you, which has been an issue in a relationship with a man that made less money than me, right? So Kimberly put it in a way where, like, it's not just about money. There's also class, and not class in like I'm better than you, but things like interest, hobbies, your community, like the people you hang around with, those type of things fall under class, right? And so when you and another person have had so different experiences, right? I think she mentioned where she only, you know, dates men that have been to college, right? I've dated men, or I even currently am dating a man that doesn't have a actual college degree, right? He has a trade. He has many trades, and he's continuing to build on top of those trades. But we also have life experiences and interests and things like that. So I'm not as hardlined on you have to have a degree or whatever. Oh, my brother is calling. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. That'd be the best 20 minutes of my week, and that's the first time he didn't call me back to back. I said 10 minutes last week, but it's 20 minutes. But this is the first time he didn't call me back to back in a long time. Like I said, before last week, I hadn't talked to him in like over a month. But anyway, so what was I saying? I can't even remember where I was at. I should have probably looked at the footage before this so I can finish my thought. But I do remember that I was talking about like Kimberly Foster's assessment based off of her own personal preference. So again, she wasn't giving advice. She was just talking from her personal reasoning behind why. If you ask her if she would date a bus driver or a blue collar man, her answer is no. Her preference is to date a man with a college education. And I was talking about how, you know, I am strongly aligned with Kimberly's thought process on this. I'm not as much of a stickler as like if he didn't go to college, I don't want to talk to him. I do think that having gone to college, having that 4-year on campus college experience is a lot of what made me who I am today. I got to meet people from different backgrounds, different cultures. Even though I went to an HBCU, I say this all the time, HBCUs are full of culture, because we say all the time, being black is not a monolith. So there are cultures within our culture. There are people that met me and hadn't met a real hood girl, right? Outside of what they see on TV, whatever the case may be, or, you know, people in their suburbs, you know, that like to go down to the city and play with the hood kids and come back and then pretend to be that way, or go spend summers at their hood granny house and come back and, you know, they have some of that characteristics. So I'm talking about a real hood girl with a real hood background, with you know, real hood circumstances, you know, and loss and, you know, on all that type of stuff. So there are so many cultures within culture. I met people with 2-parent families. I traveled. You know what I'm saying, rich black people all across like the diaspora of blackness, right? And so I had experiences, I had to make decisions, I had to grow in ways, I was stretched in ways that all happens because of that college experience, right? So that's why when people be like, oh, college isn't necessary, you know, I'm just like, yeah, I don't really agree with that, right? Because I feel like there's so much that you get from college additional to your actual degree, right? With all of that being said, I do think that class plays a big role in the success of a relationship. I agree with Kimberly on that, right? So again, class being your hobbies, your interests, your community, so the people that you hang around with, your education level to an extent, you know, all of those things matter. And I feel like those are the little things where people are like, oh, you can work on that, you could teach somebody, you know, you could teach somebody something new. And I do think that there is space to learn from a partner, right? I do crave that, right? I do crave, you know what I'm saying, somebody that can teach me new things or introduce me to new things, right? But still, I think that, like, at the core of a relationship, y'all have to be like-minded. And I feel like too many people are just callous with, you know, the idea that you can change people, or, you know, I could introduce them to something new and blah blah blah. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes people are just set in their ways and you cannot do that, right? And I've also had the experience, and I've had friends who've had the experience. So not only have I experienced it, I've witnessed other people experience it. Actually, quite a few of my friends experience where they've dated men that are less educated than them, or we've dated men that are less educated than us, or we've reached a certain level. In my case, it was I had reached a level of education that, you know, he was aspiring to, but like he was so far behind where I was, that we make more money then, and then, you know what I'm saying, eventually it becomes an issue. And it's not always blatant. So for me, it wasn't like blatant resentment, right? He wasn't like blatantly like, I can't stand you, you're so blah blah blah, right? It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, blatant disrespect, but it was like little things, right? It was little things like calling me bougie, calling my friends bougie, right? Complaining about the price of something, right? By way of like, you paid that much money for that, like it doesn't even look like it's worth that, right? Or, you know, let's go to a concert. Like, what's the difference between a 300 seat and a 100 seat? You just want to spend money for the sake of, like, that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like outright blatant abuse, like emotional abuse, but that shit gets taxing on emotions, right? And so that is a real experience. So just because you've dated a blue collar man or somebody that made less than you or whatever, and you didn't have that experience, it happens, right? And so usually when women are saying, I don't want to date a man that makes less than me, or blah 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 blah, because they do either they've had the experience or they've seen the experience happen. Y'all better ask Jill Scott or Mary J. Blige or Sherry Shepherd or all of these women that have publicly gone through this very issue. Like, it's a thing, right? So like I said, no experience is a monolith. I think we have to allow people to make judgments on what they need based off of their preferences, based off of what they want, their standards, right? And their experiences. And it is not a dig at you and what you like or how you grew up or who you have in your life. Anyway, I feel like I've been talking forever. So I'm gonna wrap it on up and get this edited and ready to post. And hopefully I can figure this podcast thing out and we can talk more formally with like bullet points and all that, because I'm old school, baby. So if I'm doing public speaking, I'm probably gonna have something with some bullet points so I can give you a good beginning, middle, and end, wrap it on up, bring it on back together. So I am going to work on that, because I had a friend ask me, so what's going on, like what projects you have going on, what's going on with Sounds About Angela? And I kind of stuttered over it because I don't know what's going on with Sounds About Angela, but I know that this is my thing, right? And I have to figure out what I'm doing with it, because I'm ready to take it off. So anyway, I will talk to y'all in next week's vlog. Hopefully we do more. Next week's vlog is probably going to start tomorrow and then pick up Friday, because of course I have to show y'all my shoes immediately because I'm so thirsty. Let's pray that they fit, because they're kind of narrow And my feet be acting shady sometimes. They be trying to act like they wide. They not real wide, but y'all know I got bunions. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna vlog that. So y'all, next week's vlog will open up with that, and then we'll pick up on Friday. We actually do have something to do. We have a brunch that I scheduled and planned for my homegirls who got their student loans. I have 3 homegirls whose student loans were forgiven from the public service loan forgiveness program. Girl, mine ain't. I'm over halfway there, but anyway, all them got little exceptions. I would be the one person that didn't get no exception to get mine approved. But you know, that don't mean you can't be happy for your friends, and I'm so excited for my friends. And so we plan to just have brunch next Saturday and, you know, celebrate, because that's huge. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans just in my circle, right? $500,000. I'm talking $500,000. So we're gonna go celebrate that next week. So we do have a little bit of something going on. So I will talk to y'all next week. Thank y'all so much for being here. Make sure you, if you're a TikTok person, make sure you're following me on TikTok, Instagram too, if you want to have your feelings hurt, because I don't never post on there. And I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.